Welcome everybody to the Krogg and Qwerty shows. Under Fire reviews. We have up on the chopping block today Rocket League. It's been out for quite a while now.
5 years.
5 years. So it's definitely a fan favorite type of game. People that don't understand it or haven't even tried it, it's definitely hard to get into. So people usually say like, "Oh, you're playing a little toy car game or something." But it is a great game. It's super fun.
There's 200,000 active members in the NA servers, pretty much every night. So, yeah.
No, yeah, like I said,
still running strong.
It's a fan favorite. I'm just saying that some people get whatever. Anyways, so moving along, we're gonna go into the review now, so that we can get a little more in depth with this and to give you guys our scores. We got gameplay, play value, environment, and originality. Of course, like always, me and Krogg each give a score for each. We add it all up, average it out, and it's a 1 out of 5 score. And we'll post that at the end, and then yeah, give our final thoughts. So, start right out with it. Gameplay. I have it's great physics-based game. It's definitely really smooth once you get used to the controls, but it just flows really well. It's crazy how like challenging but rewarding it is when you score a goal or when you figure out a new trick, which is basically like a skateboard. You like do a trick and hit the ball, and then you hit it a certain. It's just really great physics. Yeah, the gameplay itself, like I said, it's competitive. It's really fun. Going against other people and just like schooling them. The one thing I would say. The only thing I can really say against the gameplay, because I think it's super fun, is it is really hard to keep up. It's hard to start out. It can get very frustrating. So for that reason, I gave it a 4.5. But
okay,
yeah, go ahead, Krogg. Let's see what you got for it.
Yeah, and just to touch upon that real quick, Qwerty only plays competitive mode. There are a bunch of other modes within the game, and I'm going to touch upon them.
Well, I have that in play value and stuff too, so yeah, that's more where I put it, but yeah.
Oh, all the extras are in play value?
No, that's what I put. You can say whatever you're going to say, and then I just won't say it later.
Okay, yeah, the gameplay, basically, Qwerty said it. It's a physics-based game. It's very rewarding the more time you put into it. It can be very frustrating. My advice for gameplay is just training. Lots of free play. And yeah, the gameplay, there's not too much to say. It's car soccer. Right. But it's the most addictive car soccer you will ever play. And the only one.
Right, for the sense of the what it is. If you take that out of the equation, the actual feel of the game, once you get the controls down, is just, it's almost unmatched by it. Yeah, it's almost unmatched by anything that I can think of. So yeah, what'd you give it for that?
Yeah, there's no other game that, like, skill is definitely a huge part of this.
Alright, what do you got for gameplay?
I got 5 for gameplay. There's no other game like it. There's nothing like it. So
alright, so there we go on that. Let's go to play value. Okay, free to play. Oh no, it's not free to play.
It's not free to play. No.
Was it $20?
I think it's less than that. The version I got is $20, and it came with like the band mode.
Nothing went to free to play.
Stuff.
Oh. I guess just because I have it, I just think it's free to play.
Yeah, no, I think it's like $10 to $20. I don't know. It's something like that.
It's like $20. We'll just say $20. It's cheaper than like a full game, and then all DLC is included. You don't have to like purchase the next. I think that's what I was thinking. Like once you have it, you don't have to keep like paying for an expansion. They just keep coming out, and that's another part of it. They come out with new skins, new game modes all the time. They come out with different events where when you play, you get these points, and then you can buy different things for it. Different sounds for your cars, different wheels, different boosts, and everything.
Yeah, the customization of the cars is huge, and then they do have blueprints now, which you can, with real money, purchase credits for the blueprints, and then get specific like rare items that you want. So that's all cosmetic.
Yeah, like in gameplay here. See, I got this. You got a little trail going on that guy. Can't care. Stuff like that, you can change those.
Yeah, the sound, the look, the trail, the
Play value. There you go. There's like a little menu of stuff that you can unlock, and then you can change your wheels and your banner and all that other
your rocket
stuff.
boost.
Right.
Yeah, fully custom.
And then yeah, so then they have it reset monthly. You said your rank and everything.
Yeah, your rank resets monthly, and you have to reestablish yourself. It also allows you to go up quicker.
Right, because you're not stuck.
Throughout the month, it's hard to grind up.
Mm-hmm.
So
if you start up, then
nice, because you get those 10 ranking matches again, and you can go full up if you've improved that much.
Gotcha.
So,
all right, what do you give it for play value?
I again have to give it a 4. I don't think it's missing any. In my mind, for what the game is.
Yes, and do remember that Krogg is very biased because this is like his favorite game of all time. Yeah. So, for me, I basically like all that stuff's great. But again, it can be very frustrating game to play competitively, and then solo, it can get really boring because you're just doing the same thing over and over. It's definitely something you have to want to be good at. It's not something you can just pick up and just like a fighter game and just start beating the shit out of someone. You have to put some time into it.
More like a skill.
Right. So just because the frustration and the solo being boring, that takes a little bit out of play value because I don't feel like I could play it all day. Where a game like Warframe or Call of Duty or something like that, you can play that shit all day and you're fine. Rocket League, you have to take breaks and you gotta like regather yourself. It can be, well, for me, it can be frustrating. That's all.
Yeah, you have to get yourself on a regimen. Like I do an hour of training before I go in competitive normally.
Right, and that's not. That's why I'm taking points away because for some people, they only have an hour to play. They don't want to have to be warming up, and then so it's like, yeah, it is a very competitive game. Very
well.
Very
that's if you want to rank up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very competitive. All right, so moving along, we got the environment. Graphics are great. I mean, graphics are top notch. I think. I don't know too many games that look better than it. Like, I mean, yeah, if you don't have a very powerful machine or something, but especially like when we would put it on our streaming computer on the PC version, like it just looks nuts. Like all the little grass waving and stuff.
And they got a bunch of different arenas. And then even a couple of the game modes, they switched up arenas, like a basketball court for one.
Yeah.
Which is cool. So, yeah.
Yeah, they got the cool different car customizations, which adds to the feel of things. You shoot a goal and a big T-Rex comes out of it. You're like, what the hell is that? One has like a Michelin Man. Other ones are just different color explosions. And it's just kind of cool. It just sets the tone. Just is a big and tiny cars, huge environment. It just feels like alive. It definitely moves.
Many cars to choose from too. Like there's a decent amount.
Yeah, I mean,
cars, and then there's special cars you can unlock.
That's not really. That's more play value. I'm talking about
the one thing I want to touch upon though is the players, because that's where it can get a little.
That's what
you were saying,
had down
frustrating here. Because either you'll be with somebody who's just not up to snuff, they're close to your rank, and that's annoying. But also, people get very angry if they're on like a 3-game losing streak.
That's why I said
easy.
I had written down on here some because great customization, all this other stuff, great graphics. I said some toxic players. It's not always, but if you're playing for even a couple hours a night, you're going to come across a few teams that are just toxic and they're just going to talk mad shit. And then it's not as helpful as a community. And the other part I put on here for environment is there's like no lobbies or chat really. So there's no way to kind of like group up with people of a similar skill level. You just have to have friends or play with someone that wants to, friend you, and then you can play with each other, and then
they did add something recently, a party up feature in competitive. So if you have a good game with somebody, you party up. But the funny thing is, 9 times out of 10, it ends up like being a fluke, and the next game the guy flops or you flop, and then you just
right.
But every once in a while,
you
get a good streak with somebody.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be nice to have some kind of like in the menus. Like, the menus to me feel a little dated. They just don't, I don't know, it doesn't seem to flow as well as I would, hope for a game that doesn't have too much to maintain. They're coming out with all this great new content. I think they could update their menus a little bit, make it a little easier, make chat rooms, or make lobby lists or something that people can go into and just practice, or cool. They could do like a certain car only or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to get a little more intricate with it. But for that, I gave it 4 for environment, just because it looks great and the feel of it and exploding cars and all this stuff going on. It just looks great. So I think it's good. Just a few toxic players. I think the menus need to be updated. I gave it a 4. What you got, Krogg?
I also gave it a 4. I mean, yep, like we said, there's a few toxic players, but then there's also the same amount of people who will compliment you or just say, like, no problem, take notice. You just fudged up a little bit. So, yeah, I'm going to go with a 4 on that as well.
Alrighty. So, we have the last one here. Originality. So this is where we always say this can make or break a game. For us, anyways, in our system here. I'm going to probably just get it out of the way and just say that I'm giving it a 5 and Krogg's giving it a 5. And basically, this doesn't take very long for this, because it's just, there's no other game with the same feel or gameplay in this genre, or like, it just, there's nothing like it. There's not another rocket car game. Right, it's like, it could be counted as kind of like a soccer, but soccer, you can't fly through the air like Superman, you know what I mean? Like, this you can, there's so much, it's like almost having a skateboard magic carpet that can go anywhere and do anything, and then you're playing soccer. Like, I don't know, it's like so hard to explain. That's what makes it so original, because there's that, I don't know anything else. The only other thing I could think of is even,
there's nothing like it.
Maybe like it is like Blitzball in freaking Final Fantasy X, but that wasn't like physics based. That was just like you were floating in water or something, wasn't it? Or you were just floating? I don't know.
Yeah, and there was like turns when you got caught and stuff. So yeah, it was a little different, but yeah, Blitzball was fun as well. But yeah, yep, 5.0 baby.
All right, so
score on originality.
Perfect score. Any other last thoughts while I?
It is definitely worth a try, even if you don't like soccer, because I hate soccer. I'm not a fan. I don't play the FIFA games, none of that stuff. But this game, for some reason, just it literally is the most competitive game out there, where skill is bar none what will get you a win over somebody who has less skill. Like, no more than like Call of Duty. Call of Duty, you can get a lucky claymore or grenade on like an amazing quick sniper, and it just takes them out of the round. So, like, in Rocket League, there's nothing you can really do if somebody's better than you.
Right, yeah.
There are a few ways to defend against it, but yeah.
Right, and you can get lucky goals. As long as you're a good defensive player, you can get lucky goals, and then you can sustain yourself.
Squeak it up.
Right.
Yeah, that is a nice thing. It is like soccer. The lower team can win because there's less scoring.
Right. Alright, yeah, that's basically that for this game. As you see, because I forgot to do a split scene here, you saw what the score was, but it is 4.5. Not bad. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely a play there, not a pass. For us, a 3 a 3 is like on the border. Anything under a 3 is definitely a pass for us. Just something not worth investing. I guess like we're not 12 years old anymore, so it's like, time's limited. You got a lot of stuff to do, so we like to make sure it's like going to be worth your time to play. This game is very rewarding. It's probably not going anywhere anytime soon. They just recently added another patch to it. It's a professional game. You can go watch professionals. They have a league, an actual league, where pros play and stuff. So there's a lot to it. It's definitely worth, if you like the game and you get into it, it's definitely worth putting the time in. 4.5. There you have it. I'm here with Krogg. I'm Qwerty. and we'll see you in the next video.
See you in the next one.
Peace.
Say that shit.